I don't know where to start. I came to Abuja as someone that there was no hope. Everything wasn't working. I have never been in a relationship whereby you hear someone saying, I want to marry you. For where? Nothing. I love you, you're beautiful, but that thing, I will marry you, does not come. There was nothing like marriage coming. I had this, but I won't go into that one. I said to myself, if I go into that one, I will scare so many people. You know, when you sleep and you wake up, you know there's a nigger that comes and goes. And it is not natural, it is spiritual. And one Thursday, Papa said, let me remove this spiritual man so that the physical man will come. I was very careful because I know he was talking to me directly. Not the message was not for two people, just one person. So I went home that day, that night. He helped me to kill a serpent. So I turned to Papa. I was like, sir. He said, yes, kneel down. And he prayed for me. That was when the joining of Will You Marry Me started. And I just had to know that. I knew that. So something had to go for someone to come. Something was blocking it. So I went to my shop, I sat down, and this gentleman, he's here in this church, he's so shy, he's hiding somewhere. He came to me and he said to me, will you marry me? You know, you've not heard that kind of a thing before. It sounds strange. Will you marry me? And I cried. I really cried. I said, yes, I will. And he went down on his knee. You know, when you think marriage, it is too late to just come anyhow. But this one, the man respected me. He knelt down, you know. And he said to me, Rosa, will you marry me? I said, yes, with tears. You know, when Papa said, how will you shout? That time you will not remember. You will not shout. The tears could not allow me shout. And I said to him, yes, I will marry you. But I tried lifting him up. You know, when your senior is kneeling for you, looks fun. I was like, start. So I only brought out the hand and I was engaged. The thing did not stop there. I stood up, 2 movements from where I was. He said to me, since you've said you will marry me, that brown new Jeep is for you. And so you've been bolting, you've been doing taxi. When you finish selling, you have plenty money, but you don't need to show up by doing bolting every day because the money will just go for bolts. And I start thinking of like me now, and I'm going to cruise on this car back home, you know. So I collected the car with a beautiful smile. Now the tears had caught, you know. Now, before this time, I am in protocol. I'm in the protocol unit. I told my HOD one day, see, oh God, the distance to my house, from my house to church is too far. See, I have this amount, like through 2.3 point something. If you have, I want to buy a Toyota Corolla. So that I'll be driving to church. It's not easy. After 2 weeks, it's still me that came back. And I called him on phone. I said, HODC, I am engaged to, and I have a Jeep. So that's to say Toyota Corolla is not important. I told him I have a Jeep now. And I was so happy. I was been hiding this ring. But after 2 weeks, I was engaged on the 10th of 10th. Then 4 days after, Papa said, just hide everything. Leave social media alone so that they will not spoil it. And he came to me and said to me, see, I want to come to your family. Let me see your people. I told him I'm an Effie girl. I'm from Cross River. It's a very long journey. Let me go there. In my town, we respect first daughters. I need to go and lay things on ground. That home that they said no first daughter comes out as a married woman. So let me go and arrange myself. I went, I told my uncle, I made some talk, and I hide some because you don't need to tell everybody. And when I came back, I said to him, it's fine, let's go. They gave him a list. Trust me, the list was okay. 1, 2, 3, he said we should go for marriage and blah, blah, blah. I said, fine. So this thing is working. It's working. Because I was thinking it would just end there. So to God be the glory, a Roy that told me, and he knew very well that if he does not help me, there is no man that will help me. That that is me on my traditional marriage day. I was very happy. Everything was paid. It was paid in full. My traditional marriage came successfully. My white wedding came successfully. This God is too good.